15.1. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. There the Blessed One addressed the monks thus, "Monks." "Noble sir," those monks replied. The Blessed One said this, "Monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning." Samsara means the round of rebirths. The first point is not discern of beings roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. Suppose, monks, a man would cut up whatever grass, sticks, branches and foliage there are in this Jambudipa and collect them together into a single heap. This Jambudipa is a land of the rose apple, the Jambu, meaning India. Having done so, he would put them down, saying for each one, "This is my mother, this is my mother's mother." The sequence of that man's mothers and grandmothers would not come to an end. Yet the grass, wood, branches and foliage in this Jambudipa would be used up and exhausted. For what reason? Because, monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. The first point is not discern of beings roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. For such a long time, monks, you have experienced suffering, anguish and disaster, and swelled the cemetery. It is enough to experience revulsion towards all volitions, enough to become dispassionate towards them, enough to be liberated from them. That's the end of the sutta. So here the Buddha is saying that if we collected the grass, the sticks, the branches, foliage, the leaves and all that, and we put them in a pile, and for every pile we say this is our mother, this is our mother's mother, this is our grandmother's mother, this is our grandmother's mother's mother, etc. All the grass and sticks and branches and leaves in India would be used up, and still you haven't counted your ancestors, haven't finished counting your ancestors. So the meaning here is that we have been in samsara for so long. It's hard to imagine how long we have been going on the round of rebirths. And yet it seems like we are just born the first time into this world. So our ignorance, our cake of ignorance, the layer of ignorance covering us is so deep, we can't even remember our past one lifetime. So the Buddha says it is enough to experience revulsion towards all volitions, enough to be dispassionate towards them. These volitions here it says formations, but the word is sankhara. So you can say volitions are what conditions other things. Volitions, when we exercise volition, then we continue on the round of rebirths. Volition is connected with our craving. Next sutta 15.3, Buddha said in Savatthi, "Monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. The first point is not discern of beings roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. What do you think, monks? Which is more, the stream of tears that you have shed as you roamed and wandered on through this long course, weeping and wailing because of being united with the disagreeable and separated from the agreeable, this or the water in the four great oceans?" These four great oceans, I guess, refers to the big ocean in the heavens. And the disciples said, "As we understand the Dhamma taught by the Blessed One, Venerable Sir, the stream of tears that we have shed as we roamed and wandered through this long course, weeping and wailing because of being united with the disagreeable and separated from the agreeable, this alone is more than the waters of the four great oceans. Good monks, it is good that you understand the Dhamma taught by me in such a way. The stream of tears that you have shed as you roamed and wandered through this long course, weeping and wailing because of being united with the disagreeable and separated from the agreeable, this alone is more than the waters in the four great oceans. For a long time, monks, you have experienced the death of a mother. As you have experienced this, weeping and wailing because of being united with the disagreeable and separated from the agreeable, the stream of tears that you have shed is more than the waters of the four great oceans. For a long time, monks, you have experienced the death of a father, or the death of a brother, or a sister, or a son, or a daughter, the loss of relatives, the loss of wealth, loss through illness, as you have experienced this weeping and wailing because of being united with the disagreeable and separated from the agreeable, the stream of tears that you have shed is more than the waters in the four great oceans. For what reason? Because monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. It is enough to experience revulsion towards all volitions, enough to become dispassionate towards them, enough to be liberated from them. It's the end of this sutta. So, there have been a lot of reasons for us to cry. Sometimes because of the death of some relative, sometimes because we lose our property, because we did something wrong, we were tortured by the king, tortured by soldiers, tortured by enemies, and you cried and cried. And or you have been sick, and the sickness so painful made you cry. So all these many reasons for us to cry, and we have cried so much. It's more than the waters in the oceans. But the thing about this Mara is very strong. Sometimes when we suffer, we feel so disgusted. For many people, they say want to give up everything, want to practice the holy life. But Mara will tempt us, and then very soon we forgot about our suffering already. There are things to enjoy, and we start laughing, and we forgot about our sorrow. Just like sometimes some man, the wife passes away, he feels so dejected, almost wants to commit suicide. Later, he becomes attracted to some other lady and gets married and forgot all about his sorrow already. It's very common. So that's why the Buddha says Mara is very strong, and Mara also says you cannot escape from me. So that's why we cry so much, and yet every time we come back and still want to enjoy the world.